Around my house, we call this little guy Larry the motivational bird. You may have seen, come here. You might have seen the little video I did on Larry the motivational bird and some of the lessons that we learned from him. Well, you know, every morning he gets up, first thing he does, he starts singing. And he sings all day, don't you? Yeah, and he talks. Mostly he says, "What'd you say? What'd you say?" He's pretty happy with simple things. You know, if you open a little jar of peanuts, he just goes crazy. Feed him every day. Let him take a bath now and then. He's just a happy little guy. Nothing much gets in his way. Nothing much holds him down. I'm Joe Ty, CEO of Values Coach, and your coach for this course on the 12 Core Action Values. And today we start Core Action Value number 10, enthusiasm. And I think of enthusiasm as being, first of all, the master emotion. And it really is. Think about it. If you're enthusiastic at home, you're going to have a better family life. You're going to have more hobbies. You're going to have more fun at your hobbies. You're going to get more done. Go after that yard enthusiastically raking and you'll get it done faster, won't you? In your career, people who are enthusiastic are more successful in their career. They're more willing to take classes, to invest in themselves. They volunteer for other projects. They go out of their way to help other people. They don't sit around the coffee pot or the water cooler whining and complaining. They get ahead in their careers because of their enthusiasm. And that is an incredible catalyst for personal motivation. And in business, if you have an organization with a lot of enthusiastic people, you're going to be much more productive. You know, you can do Six Sigma and you can do Lean and you can do all that stuff, but if you don't have enthusiastic people implementing the strategies, you might as well be swimming in Jell-O. And you're going to have much better customer service, aren't you? If people are enthusiastic, you know, you can give them the script. "May I help you? I have the time." But if they have a terrible attitude, if they don't come across with enthusiasm, you're wasting your time and your money on customer service training. On the other hand, if they are enthusiastic, you probably don't need that. Now, I said that enthusiasm is the master emotion, and I really believe that's true. So, how is it that it becomes core action value number 10? And I'll tell you, enthusiasm is a value when you are committed to being enthusiastic no matter what happens. The sun is shining, it's raining, you're enthusiastic. You have money in the bank, you don't have money in the bank, you're enthusiastic. It becomes a value when it becomes a deeply held commitment for how you live your life, how you decide what to think, how you decide to set your goals and priorities, how you build your relationships, how you encourage other people. Now, I couldn't talk about enthusiasm really without talking about the enemy of enthusiasm, and that is toxic emotional negativity. Whining, complaining, gossiping, all those forms of toxic emotional negativity, they poison your enthusiasm. It is the enemy of an enthusiastic lifestyle. And that's why the Pickle Challenge and the Pickle Pledge are so important. Let me tell you, all the things in that 410-page workbook on the 12 Core Action Values, all the things I've covered in so far 46 modules, everything that you see on my various websites, I really try to do all those things myself. Some of them I find vitally important, the Self-Empowerment Pledge, for example. But the one thing that has been the most powerfully and profoundly life-changing for me personally has been simply paying attention to my own negative thinking and pulling the plug on it as soon as it starts to happen. As soon as I start feeling sorry for myself, pull a plug. As soon as I start complaining about things, pull a plug. As soon as I start wondering what Tom Cruise is doing or what gossiping mentally, pull the plug and bring myself back to a positive, cheerful, optimistic, present reality. One of the most important gifts I have ever given myself. So I'm going to challenge you to take the Pickle Challenge. And that is for 1 month, simply carry around a little note card in your pocket and a pen. And every time you hear in your environment people complaining, people gossiping, just take a little pen out, take your pen out and make a mark on your card. Do not confront the person. Don't say anything about it. All you're doing is a simple little diagnostic. Every time you hear yourself mentally bitching, moaning, whining, the other BMW club, gossiping, take out your pen, make a little mark on your card. At the end of a month, Pull out your card decks, add up all the little check marks that you have made, and then ask yourself this: how long does the average gossip session, how long does the average bit session last? 5 minutes, 2 minutes? I had one person once say, oh, about 8 hours. Multiply that out. That is how much of your time, those check marks times the average amount of time devoted to each one, that is how much of your life went down the drain of toxic emotional negativity last month. Now, ask yourself this question: how much longer do you want to live? Project it outward, because unless you change something in yourself, that is how much of the rest of your life will go down the drain, will burn up in the ashtray of toxic emotional negativity. In the book, The Florence Prescription, which you can get at sparkstore.com, or at amazon.com, one of the characters in that book compared toxic emotional negativity to being the spiritual equivalent of cigarette smoke, and it is. It is just as corrosive to the soul as cigarette smoke is to the body. And in fact, there's a lot of evidence now, scientific research, that toxic emotional negativity is not only mentally, emotionally, and spiritually harmful, it is physically harmful. And when you think about it, 15, 16 years ago, anywhere you went, there were people smoking. Today, we do not tolerate it. Somebody smoking in an airplane? Oh, 40,000 feet. Where's your parachute, sir? Oh, too bad. Here's the door. What if we could do the same thing with toxic emotional negativity? I guarantee you this: if you could go 90 days without it, you would never, ever allow yourself to get back into an environment where your own toxic emotional negativity was poisoning your attitude and your enthusiasm. You would never allow other people to poison your attitude, your optimism, your cheerful enthusiasm. Read in today's Sparkplug Plus, read what I had to say about Pollyanna. You know, I love being called a Pollyanna, because that young woman worked an incredible miracle. Finally, go to the website, joetai.com, and download the article. You can just click on Pickle Challenge, and there's the article. Get that pickle out of your mouth. 9 actions you can take to have a more positive attitude. You take those actions, you eliminate complaining, you eliminate gossip, you eliminate toxic emotional negativity from your life. You will be a much happier, you will be a much more productive, you will be a much more successful person. Or successful bird, right? Say goodbye, Larry. You're done. All right. See you later.